to draw both supporters and protesters. The event coming as
You gotta make it clear. If anything happens with Donald Trump, we coming for their ass.
Here closing arguments next week. George Washington Law Professor Jonathan Turley.
And we the people should make it clear. Anything happens to Donald Trump, we coming for the Democrat rats and we coming for the Republican clowns because both parties got something to do with it.
Make him a more credible witness. Connect those dots for me. That's what MSNBC in the op-ed says, that because you're right, he becomes more credible.
Rat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rats.
I believe see right through this. President Trump and his legal team have really done a fantastic job. I don't know how this is going to end. I think it'd be tough to get a not guilty in Manhattan, but I think a hung jury is not out of the question. And boy, would it be spectacular. So we'll see what happens.
Whatever happens, we're dealing with Donald Trump.
At the end of the day, the president.
Weekend. Does this help Trump or hurt Trump that now Judge Merchan says, all right, everybody go home, we'll have a holiday weekend, and then we'll do closing arguments next week?
Everything about this.
Whatever it is, dealing with Donald Trump.
But it's been an interesting process. I got to give credit to President Trump for hanging in there. He's made the best of it. He's got this rally in the Bronx, and I believe we'll have some answers soon. And at the end of the day, this will help them.
Congressman, thank you. Lance Smith joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, watch what's going to happen to Biden. Did you see the?
I would have been following the deal.
Well, they showed a video of I know you probably listen to a lot of hip hop. You give me the vibes of it, but I do. Yeah. So Diddy, yeah, I can totally see it. So Diddy is the video comes out of him beating Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, that within 24.
I'm a low carbon diet from Greenfield Natural Meat Co. You can eat this to help save this. The sensational live concerts to celebrate 30 years of liquid ecstasy.
The video. It's all these guys who grew up as single mothers and are really mad at women. Sorry. Yeah. Have you seen the numbers of how we went from single mothers in 1960 to today?
The matriarchy leads to wife beating. I'm just telling you that. A man with a strong father does not beat women. For sure, you can't beat women. You don't send them off to fight your wars. You don't beat them up. You treat them with respect. That's the man who grew up in a household with a strong father. The man who grew up in a household with a mom, loving but also arbitrary and flaky. That guy hates women. He becomes a womanizer.
He grew up with no balance. He or she grows up with no balance.
Exploits women, and then he beats them up. And there's a direct connection. You're not going to find many wife beaters who grew up with a strong dad, but you'll find a ton who grew up with mom. So it's one of the many ironies that we don't acknowledge, but we should acknowledge it. If you care about preventing violence against women,
because the truth is the truth. You need balance in your house. You need the man and the woman and the man. You don't need no bullshit.
So by the way,
am I right? I'm just taking a check with your wife.
Shit, yeah. And so, by the way, when you process it that way, that goes back to me thinking we need to change incentives, because in 1960, only 4% of kids were born to an unwed mother, like a single mother. Today's 41%.
All this shit was by design.
That's not liberation, you don't think?
You kidding me? That's catastrophic.
Yeah,
that's problematic.
That's what fighting the patriarchy looks like.
Right.
Beating up women and mugging them on the street, sending them to fight for stupid wars.
Yeah. But they're not selling family values. They're not selling having kids. They're not selling the value of raising a kid. They're not selling. The incentive program is created to be divorced, to stay single, to keep having kids, to stay on welfare. The incentive program is created
to murder kids and fuck out of control like animals.
And by the way, you and I have 4 kids, right? We talked about it last time. Yeah, I got 4 kids. Crazy number, but yeah.
But the only thing with animals is they got respect for each other. Fucking out of control human beings, that shows no love for each other. It just shows a lot of fucking freaking.
She'd have 3-month break every week. I would be pregnant for 20 years. She'd break the cycle. but can you imagine you want a dinner? Yeah, we'll have to make a reservation for dinner tonight. How about your party at 24? Yeah.
You see the patriarch. All the little tips lying down on either side.
Well, should have written out 4 friends and 4 friends, so maybe it's a party of 4.
Yeah.
We look to shut down the restaurant.
I want to be a Bedouin tribal leader. Getting the hubbly bubbly in my tent.
Check this out. Watch this. Crazy data.
Yeah.
Crazy data. You ready? So in 1960, every year, 4.3 million kids are born. In 1960. Every year, in 1960, 1.7 million people roughly die every year. 4.3 born, 1.7 die. It's a net positive
Yep.
of 2.6 million.
Yep.
Yes.
You're with
Yep.
me so far.
1960.
1960.
Then you murder a president.
That's right. 4 years later, so come to today, that number of kids.
And then you start abortion.
Roughly, number of kids being born, 3.2, 3.3 million. A number of
Abortions had to take away at least 30 to 40 million
6
babies.
people being born than dying, to only 500,000 more people being born than dying. Fertility rate, most definitely in America, 1.6. We have, there's this new trend, I don't know if you consider joining it or not. It's a little rebellious if you think about it. This community called the LGBTQ community. They attract rebellious people. You get to do whatever you want to. You get to cut things off. It's actually very interesting what's happening. It's a new hot thing. I don't know if you follow. That's not that fun. Obviously, that's going to prevent from having kids. If you cut your dangling off, it's hard to have kids.
But I'm sure that's not part of the plan or anything.
No, they would never do such a thing. That's a global thing. So when you look at this, now, to me, there's a lot of numbers we can look at that's concerning. 2.6 more kids being born, million kids down to 500,000 now, and we're having fewer kids. We're not endorsing marriage, family, all the incentive program is not for that. How much longer until we're sitting here and these folks are living longer and we're not having enough of replacement? How much longer? I mean, you saw China hit the one-child policy, 1.1, you know, at the bottom of the list right now. I think it's South Korea at 0.83, we're at 1.61.
Well, the obvious solution, if you're South Korea or China, is just invite Haiti to move in. Why aren't they doing that?
That's the noble thing to do.
No, it's absolutely necessary. I mean, who's gonna watch over your elders in long-term memory care?
Yeah, they need a guy. They found the Jimmy story with barbecue. The guy in the barbecue.
Well, of course, in Haiti, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be in 10 years?
I think I'm not born here, so I can't run for president. That's out. Yeah, okay. I have certain set of values and principles that I'm not compromising, and we're going to fight for as long as we can. If God keeps me healthy, there's only 1% I can fire me. I'm going 40 years. We'll end up having one of the most influential
If you keep you healthy, won't be fucking.
in America, including worldwide. Right now, we consult for roughly 5,000 businesses from 60 countries that we do engagements for. Okay, so that's what it is.
Can I ask a question? What does that mean to consult?
So you come in, you're trying to raise capital, you need help putting a pitch deck together, we can help you with that.
Yes.
You're in a place where your marketing campaign isn't working, you want to help us put a better creative marketing campaign for you, we'll help you with that. You're trying to pay your employees, you don't know how to set up a proper variable comp or structure the equity or profit sharing in your sales guys, you're considering your comp is flat and you need to kind of find a way to improve it, we'll help you with that. You want to expand into a different marketplace, we'll help you with that. You want to find a C-suite executive and you don't know what's the right dude to interview, what qualities to look for, or what job description to put, we'll help you with that. These are things that we're going to focus on the small business owner side because that's a language that we speak comfortably. I hosted last year, I held an event called the Ball Conference. Tom Brady was at the event. We're holding this one this year at Palm Beach Convention Center. We're expecting nearly 10,000 people to be there. For 3.5 days, we taught purely business, strategy, growth, all of that.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Whenever you can make it over.
Okay, I got you, man.
All right, homie. 1-1.
It's 8 years ago, I call a lawyer. I have a 7-minute call with him. He bills me for 30 minutes. I call him. I say, why are you billing me for 30 minutes? I have the number here. He had a 7-minute call. He says, minutes roll up. I said, not to 30 minutes. Maybe to 10 minutes. He says, no, it's 30 minutes. I said, what do you charge by the minute? He says, no lawyer charges by the minute. I said, one day I'm going to create a website or an app that I get to pay people by the minute. So, do you have a minute to connect? Let's connect. So, whereas most places you email somebody and the response rate, a cold email is 1%, less than 1%, that someone could, like, somebody in cold response, hey, Tucker, I'd love to talk to you about a job. What's the chances of getting back to that person on email? Probably slim to none, right? I don't do email, so yeah, pretty low. Right. On Instagram, it's 3% response rate. On Twitter, it's 5%. On LinkedIn, it's 8%. On Manek, you're paying to get a response back. So you're paying a person $50, $100, $300, $500, and they respond back to you because you're respecting their time. Our response rate right now is 94%. They get back to you, and over 50% of the time they get back to you within 24 hours. So we have the consulting, we have the product development, we have the media side. On the media side, I think the media landscape right now is wide open. It's filled with a lot of talented people, some that are driven by money, some that are driven by fame, a few that are driven by values and principles. We're driven by values and principles and vision, and it's pure conviction. It's not like I need another nice car, I need another nice house, I need another, how much money in the bank. No. We have a real vision, a real cause that we're going to go for 40 years. And I think at the end of the day, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, they're going to look at this thing and say, oh, wow, this is one of the most influential.
How do I connect? How do I link in?
How do I can't assess the rest of congratulations? But I can sort of assess the media part of just having worked in it. And we are at a pivot point for sure. And all of a sudden you have all these independent voices, some of them bigger than the established voices, because legacy media is obviously dying. But do those independent media figures come together at some point?
If they did, are you kidding? That would be very intimidating if that was to happen. Because the market wants everything divided.
You need a good legal line lawyer.
Everybody. They can bully and push around if you're divided.
Lying lawyer.
So influential thing.
That turned over a new leaf. Now he's a lawyer that don't lie. That's who you really need.
Who got the most credit? I did it. No, if it wasn't for me, that's the challenge with sometimes people on the conservative side. For sure, right? Yeah. So if some of these guys can unite and work together, the enemy's not going to like that. That's going to be very, very scary for the enemy. Because they're not used to that. They're used to dividing and pinning everybody against everyone. It's an easy, art of war, so it's nothing new. Dividing easily. They do it all the time. But if some of these guys can set aside their egos and find a way where each can individually win and collectively win, game over. It's going to be a fun next 10, 20 years.
Patrick, David, thank you very much.
Really enjoyed it.
I will see you again.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Trump 2024. I am part of the Trump, the mega mafia.
Let me get my eyeglasses because I can't see. Ladies and gentlemen, his sister, his ass. Well, I just lost one of my daughters. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can.
And I live here in Houston, Texas.
And get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.
You come to order without objection. The chair is authorized to declare recess at any time. We welcome everyone to today's hearing on oversight of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Arizona to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Some might call us anglers.